Hello everyone! Here's a brand new series of simple kitchen hacks. Let's get started. First tip, frozen fried eggs, sunny side up style. First, take eggs that have been frozen completely solid. Then use a sharp knife to slice the frozen eggs into thin, even pieces. Heat a pan with a little oil or butter, then fry the frozen egg slices until the surface turns lightly golden and firms up slightly. Once the slices are fully cooked and fragrant, arrange them on a plate. Enjoy them right away while still hot to fully appreciate the delicious flavor. Tip 2. Make peeling eggs easier with lemon. Before adding the eggs to the pot, cut a few slices of fresh lemon and drop them directly into the boiling water. The natural acid in the lemon will help the membrane between the shell and the egg white separate better, so when peeling, the shell comes off cleanly without tearing the egg white. Especially if you're boiling both soft-boiled and hard-boiled eggs at the same time, a whisk will help you easily remove the eggs from the boiling water and better control each egg to your desired doneness. With these little tips, boiling eggs will become much easier, neater, and the finished product will look much more appealing. Tip 3. Poach eggs using a vortex swirl method. First, place a pot of water on the stove and heat it over medium heat. While waiting for the water to warm up, prepare the egg. Crack one egg into a fine mesh stainless steel sieve. Then gently shake it so that the loose, watery part of the egg white drains away, leaving only the thicker egg white and the intact yolk. This step helps the egg hold a beautiful round shape when poaching, preventing the yolk from becoming diluted or spreading out as it cooks. When the water in the pot starts to form small, gentle bubbles, just lightly simmering, with a few tiny bubbles rising from the bottom, reduce the heat to low so the water doesn't boil vigorously. Use a pair of chopsticks or a spoon to stir the water gently in one direction to create a swirling vortex in the center of the pot. Carefully drop the egg right into the middle of the vortex. The swirling motion will help the egg white wrap tightly and neatly around the yolk, resulting in a perfectly round, smooth poached egg. Maintain a gentle simmer and poach the egg for about 3 minutes so the white is fully set while the yolk remains soft and creamy. If you prefer a more cooked yolk, add another 20-30 seconds. Once the egg reaches your desired doneness, use a slotted spoon to scoop it out, let it drain, or gently pat it dry with a paper towel. With this simple technique, you'll get a beautifully round, silky smooth, and delicious poached egg, perfect for serving with toast, salad, or noodles. Tip 4. Double-layered omelet. First, crack the eggs into a bowl. And lightly whisk until the yolks and whites are just combined. Heat a pan with a little butter or oil. Then pour the egg mixture into the hot pan. When the egg starts to cook, let it sit for a few seconds so the bottom sets slightly while the top remains runny and slightly runny. Now gently flip the cooked egg with a spatula. Add a layer of cheese, then the ham to create a complete layer. Now for the important step. Gently flip the egg over so the cooked side is facing up. Just pan fry for a few more seconds until the cheese is completely melted and the layers of egg stick together. The result is a two-layered omelet, golden and soft on the outside, and creamy on the inside with salty ham and melted cheese. A small trick in the recipe, but enough to transform the familiar fried egg into a new and appealing dish. Enjoy! Tip #5. Recycle eggshells into fertilizer. When you use a lot of eggs in your kitchen every day, don't throw away those seemingly useless eggshells. With just a little time, you can turn them into a great natural nutrient source for your houseplants. First, clean the eggshells by adding a spoonful of salt to a bowl of water, stirring well, and then soaking the eggshells in it. The salt helps clean and remove any remaining fishy odor. Gently scrub each shell with your hands, then rinse with clean water. Next, dry the eggshells in an air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can dry them on the stovetop over low heat. Once the eggshells are completely dry and crispy, grind them into a fine powder. And store it in a small jar. This eggshell powder is rich in calcium and can be used as a natural fertilizer for houseplants and vegetables, helping to loosen the soil and promote healthier plant growth. A small task in the kitchen not only helps reduce waste, but also brings more greenery and joy to your living space. So, we've just gone through 5 simple but incredibly useful egg cooking tips. Hopefully, you've found at least one you'd like to try in the kitchen today. Which of these tips did you like best? Let me know in the comments. If you know any other great egg cooking tips, don't hesitate to share them below so everyone can learn. And remember to follow me so you don't miss any posts, because I'll be sharing many more simple, easy to make, and interesting kitchen tips. See you in the next tip.